So stay tuned for that. We've got our favorite segments, news and gossip. We've got a lot, you guys. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
What's going on, Fear fans?
What's up?
How is everybody on this Monday night?
Oh, great
Good.
finale night.
I know.
Well, last night.
I can't believe it's the finale already. I mean,
It came by so fast.
I know season 5 is done. That's insane. I'm feeling, I don't know. I know it ended yesterday and we're doing the show tonight, but I still feel, a little unsettled by it.
Same.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think I wanted it to end, but I don't know if I didn't want it to end because of the way that it ended or if because I just love the show so much that I just wanted to keep going. Yeah.
It's a great way to put it.
Yeah. I'm joined by a beautiful panel tonight. I've got April Wissenhant right now.
Oh, hey, everybody.
And I've got Benny Adams.
What's up, guys?
Yes, applause, applause, applause. I am Timothy Michael. Unfortunately, Krista, the emotional journey that Walking Dead put her through yesterday, she just couldn't be here.
She was like, I can't do it,
She
y'all.
can't do it, no. So we are missing our girl Krista tonight. But fun fact, you guys, we will be back next week
Yes.
Oh,
for
yeah.
the premiere of The Walking
The
Dead.
Walking Dead.
So you guys have that to look forward to. You don't get tired of our faces at all.
0 weeks without us.
Like I said, guys, we lost an OG tonight. I am very excited to hear all of your thoughts. Guys, like I said, we're doing call-in, so I want to hear your thoughts. We're going to give you guys the number and all that stuff in a second. Al finally pieced together everything that happens with the settlers. Well, not everything, but what happened at the Gulch. And John and June have a wedding, which I have some thoughts about. We also have our favorite segments coming up. We've got our How Not to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse. We've got our favorite kill of the episode. Plus, we've got our top 3. We've got news and gossip. And we've got our favorite moment of the entire season. We've got a lot to talk about, you guys.
A lot of
We do.
stuff.
First off, what were your thoughts, overall thoughts on this episode, on the finale episode?
Was this my favorite episode ever? No.
Fair.
Was this like the best episode ever? No, but it wasn't an awful episode. I loved the ending. I loved, the whole question, is he or isn't he dead? What's going to happen with everyone else? So I thought all around it was a good episode. It wasn't amazing, but it was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that, when you're watching, I was looking on Twitter and stuff like that, and a lot of people were saying, the meat of the episode maybe didn't necessarily need to happen, but like the last bit was just so darn good. And I do agree with that. But there are other parts like, just seeing them be able to work together and get all those walkers out. I'm disappointed in the fact that, which we'll talk about, but how we all were like, why aren't they just trying to kill these walkers?
Yeah.
And then they decide to do that tonight, but essentially it's too late. Like, you people who've been doing this for so long couldn't have figured this out 30 seconds before that, but whatever.
Yeah.
But overall, definitely liked it. Feeling very emotional about it. So
I know.
We'll see.
I'm very excited to hear your specific thoughts because I know how connected you are to Morgan's character.
Yes.
I'm going to disagree with you, April. I felt like the first 45 minutes of this episode, I really enjoyed. And then the last 5-10 minutes of it, I was like, what is going on? What is happening? So I want to know all of your thoughts. April is on the live chat, you guys, so she's going to give you guys the number through there. Also, if you just want to write it down for me saying it, it is 424-354-8302. We're going to do it at the end of the episode, guys, at the end of the episode, so that you can hear all of our thoughts, and then we want to hear your thoughts. Alrighty, guys, so let's dive into the episode, shall we?
Yes.
So we open up the episode. Dwight previously left the group because he's done trying to live under somebody who he thinks is a dictator. And he's running through the woods. He sees the SWAT vehicle or the vehicles that everybody else left, and he sees the settlers approaching, or so he thinks. And it's a pack of horses, and it's pretty much this symbol of hope that he gets from these horses, and he goes back to the Gulch with them. Did you expect there to be a bigger altercation in that moment? Did you guys think that was actually the settlers, or did you think it was horses?
No, of course I thought it was the settlers. I mean, they ride up on horses. So I was like, all right, this is it. Even though he just joined the show, obviously, a few episodes ago. But I was like, oh, they're here to get him.
Yeah.
Because we know they've been listening to them or watching them. And obviously we saw Morgan call them and ask for help at the end. So, and we don't technically know where they are yet. But I definitely thought, I was like, oh, you're gone.
Yeah.
Or they're at least going to like take him. I didn't think they were
Yeah.
going to kill him. But yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were just gonna. I definitely thought they were the settlers, and they were just gonna take him, and he was gonna be with Luciana.
Yeah.
So I was definitely surprised that they were just random horses, and I was also confused because at that point in time we didn't know that they were from the
Right.
settlers, which I know we'll talk more about. But yeah, so I was confused on where the horses came from, but I did get that sense of hope.
Yeah.
So
I loved how ready Dwight was. Dwight was
Yeah.
like, I'm going out without a fight. Like, he had gun in hand. He, he was just like ready. He was like, I'm not going out without a
Yeah.
fight. So I enjoyed that because it was just true to Dwight's character. He's not going out without a fight. Now the
Right.
group back at the Gulch, we find a little bit more about pretty much what happened there. So Virginia is actually familiar with these people or the people at the Gulch or who were there. And there were apparently about 250 people there. And she says that they tried to help them, but the leader was very stubborn. When she says that, did you guys believe her?
What did I ever believe that
I
she
know.
says? But I just think that no,
Yeah.
did I believe her? No, because I just think that it's her way or the highway.
Yeah.
So who was actually the stubborn one? I'm sure it was her,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like she keeps saying. We do the tough things in order to preserve the future, or sometimes natural selection. If this person is weak, then they have to be taken out. But it's
Yeah.
like, who determines that? You?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. So it's a little bit, it's not necessarily fair. I'll even go as, I don't think this, but I'll go as far to say she has a point in a certain way. Like, maybe at times there is in this scenario someone or something that's holding you back. This is not a new topic in the show. This is something we've talked about for a long time. If someone gets bit by a walker, do you keep them with you until they die? Do you
Yeah.
kill them? Do you do this? Do you do this? This isn't a new thing, but it's like she's not even going about it in a way of, is there like a council? Are they voting on this? No,
Right.
it's just her decision.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. And I still don't take it out of technically she did put those walkers there because her people are the one that attacked them, and
Yeah.
I talked about that last week and thinking that like
called
You
it.
she
did.
was responsible for
Yeah.
but I didn't think of it in that way. I thought like she really, after she realized that that's where they were going, she like released some walkers
Yeah,
into
yeah.
it, not that she just like killed them there.
I said it before, and I will say it again. If we have a zombie apocalypse,
Sticking with April.
That's
Just
just
like
because
April.
I'm savage when it comes to that.
I feel very lame for what I am about to say, but I actually believed her what she said. I was like, you know what? Maybe she's right. Maybe if they don't listen to her or take her advice, bad things do happen. And then, sure enough, like we do find out that she was lying. I'm like, okay, Benny, you should have known this.
Right.
But yeah.
So
Benny had hope.
You're like
I
Strand.
did.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Strand is like, and Strand's one of the toughest characters because he we see him like go throughout. He's the one that I guess eventually like radios them and lets them know what they're thinking. But, he kind of, everyone, or not everyone, but a few people seem maybe, let's say, romanced
Yeah.
by what's going on and her saying, I can help you and whatever. Because ultimately, if you're a strong person and if you are, a working, able body, then you think, okay, I'm going to survive.
Yeah.
It's like, take it way back. People have always thought that if you're
Yeah.
able to like do work. But then again, we know that that's not the case. She's killed very many
Yeah.
able-bodied people before. So.
Very true. And especially people who don't agree with her.
Right.
Let's talk about Grace for a second, because Grace brings up some interesting points in this moment that she has with Morgan. So A, she's still alive, which is nice. B, she got her little freak on with the man at the plant,
Right.
which we will circle back to later. Because I was like, what? Who's... okay.
Same.
Yes, we will get to it.
Yes.
And then, she brings up a good point to Morgan in saying to about Virginia that even though she's going to come and help them, does he really think, is he that naive to think that she would take the sick and the old? Like, no, she would probably discard them because they're of no use to her, just like you said. Like, she's done this to people before who were able to work and who could have been of use. But in this case, Grace is pretty sick, or so we thought.
Right.
And then there are old people and children that they have there in their camp. So I thought it was a fair point. Did you?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the simple fact that, like, you know, Morgan is even considering, or he kind of made that phone call when he's in love with Grace without even, like, thinking about it at that moment. I thought it was interesting when she walked up and she's like, well, at least now I know that, you know, my time is near, because it hit me in that moment. I was like, wow, he really didn't think about that.
Yeah.
And I think he just thought, like, okay, if they don't let her go, then I'm just going to fight for her and die if I have to. But then, like, what happens? She still dies. But yeah, she made a great point. And obviously when we see what actually is wrong with her, Morgan's point is even funnier, just how he says at the end.
I agree.
He's like, you thought you were going to kill this? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they should have just let her stay. I don't know. I just thought it was weird, the whole situation, but
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So Dwight, like I said, comes back with the horses to the gulch, and he makes an interesting observation. He says if the horses are alive, then there must be water nearby. And this pretty much just sets off just a line of lies that Virginia is going to get caught in throughout the entire episode.
Right.
And this is when they figure that they want to kind of fight for the gulch. They want to kind of take it back. And we have a very interesting moment with Alicia that I really want to talk about, because she's been getting on our nerves, let's be real, that she just doesn't want to kill. And now that she has something to fight for, she wakes up and she thinks that they can clear the place. But she is met with some opposition from her own members of her group, where they're like, you know, maybe Virginia's not so bad. Like, what makes you think that we can clear this? And then Daniel's sitting here going, no, it's either we deal with this and then we have to deal with Virginia because she's not going to go out without a fight. There were a lot of sided opinions. What was yours?
I thought that they should have cleared it, and then I was wondering the whole time, like, okay, are you gonna call her really quick and be like, never mind?
Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
I was like, you did just call her, but like, if you're gonna make that decision, you should probably call her now.
Yeah.
But I end up landing on the side of, you're never gonna be free. You're always gonna be worrying about your life if you go with her.
Yeah.
So I thought, I mean, I guess they surely would have been killed, but it just seems like, okay, but you're gonna, you know, go with this person where you could die at any moment. Like, you're just gonna live in fear. I guess they're doing that already anyway.
Yeah, and like we kind of touched on this, I think, the last after show, where they've been through worse situations. So that's why I was a little confused, as, you know, just get rid of the walkers now.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are smart enough. You guys were able to figure out how to get out of situations 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Right.
So why not just try before calling her, and then if it doesn't work out, then give her a call. But they kind of screwed themselves over by saying, you know what, we can't do it.
Yeah.
And then saying, oh my God, I think we can do this.
Yeah.
So.
Well, to play devil's advocate from the last episode, they had just walked, 15 miles.
Yeah.
They were exhausted. They didn't think that they had any water nearby. They didn't have any food. Like, they left all of their supplies back at the trucks. So, well, not all of them, but most of them, because they had to rush, get out of there in a hurry. So, just to play devil's advocate, I can see why they resorted to the last resort.
Yeah.
Right.
But I do agree with you that, you know, they probably should have made a more uniform decision before being like, no, let's just call Virginia. Wait, don't call her back. Like, you know what I mean? I want to talk about the plan that they set in place. So they realize that they're going to use the walkers to stop Virginia, which I thought was a brilliant plan because we've seen it done before, mostly from other people who, like you said, April, you thought Virginia put those walkers there. We've seen this tactic used from other people who are on the bad side.
Right.
We haven't seen it used on people from the good side yet. And I thought that it was an actually pretty good plan. Using the horses to corral the dead and bring them toward where a meeting place would be for Virginia, and then kind of letting the walkers just have a field day.
Right.
Did you guys think that was a good plan?
I thought it was a good plan. And you know what? I think the plan still should have moved forward even when they saw Luciana was with them, because they still could have rescued Luciana through all the chaos. They could have quickly just grabbed her. Hey, come on. Got on the horse. bounced out.
Right.
Like now you're gonna, it's the age old question, kill one to save the many, or kill the many to save the one. No, I didn't want them. I definitely thought they should have still moved forward with the plan, but I also was like, you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Or guess what? She'll figure it out.
Right.
She'll run away. She'll do something. But like, you have this, a herd following you. What are you going to do with it now?
Yeah.
I mean, and literally they screwed the pooch with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like, if anything, you're just going to do like what I think, Daniel said that he would do. Or no, I think Morgan said, like, we'll show them never to bother us, because we have the power to do this. And then I'm like, that's where maybe the goodness got to them. And obviously they love Luciana. She's their friend. She's been with them for a long time. But, give her some credit.
Yeah.
She can figure it out. She's been there with them the whole time by herself. So give the girl a shot.
And I was just watching it, and I'm like, it's not like these are 10, 20 walkers that are following them. It's a whole herd of walkers. And I'm like, they're really trying to turn around after they've got all these walkers to follow them. They're going to try and backtrack and turn around. Like, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the only thing that I can say with the Luciana thing is that I don't think it was just Luciana. It was all the other people from Tangtown. If you realize that these people are innocent, I mean, they were there working it with Luciana. So yes, Luciana was the standout character first because we know her.
Right.
But I think it was all the other people that they also had to keep in mind. Like, will all these other people be safe with a herd attacking the group? No, Luciana, yes, probably could have handled herself, but I don't think the rest of those people could have.
Couldn't they use some of their many, many bullets on all of them? Just like they keep saying, they have all these bullets.
I guess.
Use the bullets to kill them.
I mean, true. That's a fair point. Yeah. So they do call off the plan. In the process of that, Dwight falls off his horse. We lose a horse, which was one of the worst moments of the episode for me.
That was awful.
I don't understand why we always lose horses, you guys. Can these horses kick?
I mean, exactly. Or just run. Like these are zombies.
Yes.
They're not coming at you fast.
Right. But also, like, animals have this natural instinct to say, hey, if I'm in danger, I'm going to run.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just think it's unbelievable that they keep dying. And I love animals, you guys. So it's like so hard for me to watch when something like that happens, because I'm like, well, why would I put the horse in the position to die in the first place when it literally saved your butt literally in the beginning of the episode?
Well, I thought he was going to escape with the horse. I was actually surprised that he jumped off, and which in his situation, it was a smart thing to do because he was surrounded by walkers at that point.
Yeah.
But I just felt like he could have had a chance to get away with the horse before the walkers surrounded him, because the walkers, they're slow.
Yeah.
Take your knife, go like this down their heads, and run away.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's easier said than done, you guys.
I guess.
We lose the horse.
Yeah.
The other members of the group have to kind of come in and save Dwight now, because now it's gone from, an attack mission to a rescue mission. And then they lose all the walkers to the river.
Right.
Because that's literally the only way that they can. Because like you said, there's no way for them to kind of circle back with all of these walkers, because it's hard to do. They're not it's not a mechanical thing.
They're slow going at it.
Right, exactly.
They're zombies.
Right. So they lose all the walkers to the river, which I was disappointed about because I thought, like I said, it was a good plan.
Yeah.
Everybody back at the Gulch, Al, once again, journalist Al is putting all the pieces together, and she stayed behind to kind of clear out the stragglers, if you will, with the rest of the group. And this is when we see the moment with Alicia, and she's talking about Madison, and she says how Madison rebuilding the stadium gave her a sense of peace. And I don't know about you guys, but I love it when Alicia talks about Madison.
Me
because
too.
Madison was one of the most badass characters of the Walking Dead universe.
Really?
And I think so.
Okay.
And I think that to keep bringing her up and just keeping her spirit alive, it just makes me happy. I just love those kind of moments, especially with Alicia, because she's literally the only surviving member of the family.
Yeah. Anytime we talk about her, anytime we talk about Nick, probably more so Nick for me, I'm always just like,
she never talks about Nick, though.
I know. I just
Which
forgot
is
about him.
interesting. Now that I think about that, I wonder why she...
I'm still
Stepbrother.
mad at Charlie for it.
She's mad about it.
I'm still mad at Charlie for it, but whatever.
Oh yeah. I mean, true. Yeah, I almost forgot about that, but yeah, that's yikes. Charlie's playing the guitar. Leave her alone.
She's fine. She's fine.
So, like I said, Al pieces together what happens at the Gulch, and when everybody's back there, she pretty much tells them, Virginia attacked this group of people, and some of her people died in the crossfires, and that's where the horses came from. So once again, just circling back to the beginning of the episode, and this pretty much, once again, is just another lie from Virginia, and where she says, oh yeah, I was familiar with the Gulch. That guy was stubborn, and, you know, they refused our help. No, you attacked them.
Exactly.
So it just makes it even worse on what happens at the end of the episode when they have to go with them. And furthermore, you already know that this person's on their way to come and get you guys. So this must just put like this rotting feeling in your stomach that we're about to just hand over everything that we have to this person who pretty much killed an entire settlement.
Exactly. And they kind of did. You took the words right out of my mouth. It's like they're just waiting.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why they do what they do with, you know, John and June and everything, because it's like we have to have some sort of hope. But at this point, they know it's too late to do anything else, because it's not like, I mean, fighting back at this point is a death wish.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I really liked this part in this episode because I've been waiting for just a true villain to be on for this season. And so when we find out that Virginia, she went out of her way to kill some of these people, obviously that's an awful thing, but that's what a true villain does.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, finally, like we're finally getting somewhere with this character.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that, you know, she's not really out of the goodness out of her heart trying to help people.
Yeah.
She's more likely just trying to help herself.
I agree.
Right.
And before we even get into more detail about that, and we're going to go into John and June's wedding, I'm going to shoot it over to Benny for some words.
Yes, so we here at AfterBuzz just want to thank you guys for making us the ESPN of TV talk. And in order for us to grow, we need your help. So if you are on YouTube right now, go ahead, give us a thumbs up. If you're on iTunes, go ahead and give us a 5-star. Working at AfterBuzz means so much to us, and we just want to continue to learn and grow. So go ahead, leave us a comment. Let us know how you think we're doing, and we will continue to give you guys amazing, good content.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Benny. We love you guys. We're doing the show for you guys, and it is the finale episode. You guys have stuck with us all season, so we appreciate that, you guys. Like I said, we're still doing some call-ins at the end of the episode. The number April is going to shout out on the chat.
I did.
Do you have any shout outs right now? Are there people in the chat right now?
There are a bunch of people in the chat right now. Everyone is going to be very upset if Morgan is actually dead. That is the overall
overall consensus. We are going to get to that, guys. But before we do, I do want to talk about John and June's wedding. Now, I know I gave it a lot of crap last episode about, you know, I think it's just this kind of tacky tactic to use, like giving the people hope, but then seeing it in this kind of despaired environment, I actually really enjoyed the wedding.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I'm gonna be honest. I actually liked it. I thought it was a really nice homage to their relationship and where they started and where they are now.
You are making me like it. I'll say that. I was like, oh, this is cute. It got the job done. But you, knowing that you enjoyed it so much makes me like it. Because you're right. We did need some kind of moment.
Yeah.
I mean, like, everybody's in tears. They're literally, it's like the sweet, you know, they're truly in love. But
while this bad thing is coming toward them,
Right.
I just thought it was a nice moment to have in that sense. If it was just like everything's fine, we're having a wedding, then I probably would have been like, eh.
Yeah.
But because of we knew what the outcome was going to be and what was coming toward them at this moment, and they were still doing it despite it, I was like, yeah, get it. Have that wedding.
Right? I was just hoping that the outcome of them having the wedding was going to be, wait, we're married. You have to keep us together when you take us. Obviously, it wasn't. Well, we'll get there. But I have a really important question to ask y'all.
I was a little afraid with the wedding. I thought something bad was gonna happen. Like in the middle of it, someone's just gonna burst in and June or John, one of them is gonna get shot or something like that. So I was happy to see that it was just a wedding, all happy, good feels.
Yeah.
And there was one part, I think it was like a little bit before the wedding, but John was saying to June, I'm going to make an honest woman out of you. I loved that part.
Oh,
so
John.
it was cool.
I think the only thing I didn't like about the wedding was the fact that Dwight gave them their rings. And I was like, that's bad juju.
Very.
I was like, I don't know about that. Like I don't know. It was just, that's the only part that I didn't like. I was like, oh, this is like foreshadowing that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
So because I obviously didn't expect what happened to happen. So let's get to it. Virginia comes, like she said she would, and they start separating everybody into trucks. It's very like And please don't be offended, you guys, but it's a very like concentration camp, like
all I could think,
right?
well. Yeah.
Like they barge in, they start separating families, they start separating couples, and I'm like, you already won. Like, why are you being so aggressive?
And like, where are you taking all of these people? Like, they're all going in separate cars. You brought 40 cars. Like, literally everyone goes somewhere separate. So that's, I guess, I mean, we know that she says a number at some point. I forget the number that she says, 250 or 300, something like that, of people that she has, I guess.
800. She has 800 people under her.
800.
Yeah, it was 250 at the Gulch. 800 people is under her.
Oh, yes, you're right. So I guess, she has a lot of outposts, I assume. But, like, what's the point of taking them all elsewhere? What's the point, just so they can't come together, I guess, and, revolt, whatever.
Yeah.
But... it did. I thought the same thing, and I was like, "Oh gosh, should I say this?" Because that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of people being like taken to a concentration camp.
Well, it's like the age-old saying, "Stronger together, weaker apart." And she knows this group is very strong. She knows that this group can overtake her if they put their heads together. So she knows that she needs to separate these guys in order for her to be victorious.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So we have this standoff between Virginia and Morgan. Morgan winds up getting shot right here in the chest, right next to his heart, because I studied anatomy. I didn't. And he actually gets a quick hit in, which I enjoyed. Here's what bothered me. I don't know if I was the only one, but why was he just standing there laying there the entire time? There was no fight back from Morgan, and that is not what I expected from this character.
Well, he was trying.
No, he was not.
No,
You don't think?
Go ahead.
I thought he was trying. Like, he was just shot. Blood was profusely coming out of his chest, and he was trying to get back to. Well, he didn't have a gun, but trying to get to something. I think at one point he was crawling toward a stick. At one point he was crawling toward a gun. I mean, he's the one technically that made the first move with his stick.
Yeah.
I thought he was fighting back, but once you're down and out and on the ground, didn't really seem like much he could do.
I don't know. I feel like he got shot in the chest. There was nothing wrong with his legs, and I get the shock of being shot.
Well, and you're losing blood.
And you are losing blood,
fast.
yes. But I'm just like,
And the gun was just so close, like the ringing and everything.
See, you guys are getting up on me, and I feel attacked. I feel personally attacked. I just didn't.
When people get shot, it doesn't just have to be in the legs.
No.
They fall, and they often can't get up.
No, and I get that, but at the same time, like, adrenaline is running through your body. Like, it's either like you die or you fight, and I'm like, I expected him to fight.
And it was like the shock too, because he got Virginia with the stick, and she was in shock also for a moment. So I think once that happens to you, you have to like really think about what's going on in your situation, and then you snap back into it, and unfortunately it was too late for him.
She looked genuinely shocked.
Shocked.
When he hit her in the face, and she was just like,
"Oh my god,
you actually hit me!" Like, you're holding a gun to his face. What do you think he was gonna do? Just stand there and let you shoot him?
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
And I think she was so shocked because she sees this guy as I'm not gonna hurt a fly, and she probably thought he's not gonna hurt me. He's gonna just let me kill him, and I get away with it. She was not expecting that whatsoever.
She thought wrong. Now,
exactly.
In this entire commotion, we find out Grace is pregnant.
Yes.
From the doctor that took her very forcefully.
Who is she pregnant by?
The guy from the plant.
Okay,
the guy from the plant.
Because she's like 3-4 months along, he said. So I guess it's the guy from the plant.
I literally had to rewind that several times because I could not hear what they were saying. I'm like, wait, what? First, I was like, what did they say at the beginning? Then I got that they said she's not sick.
Yeah.
And then it took me like 2 times to hear that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
When he said the patient, I was like, I'm pretty sure the patient is Grace, but like, she and Morgan hooked up? No, this isn't right.
No.
And then I rewound it again, and I was like, wait, it's somebody else. It's somebody else's baby.
Yeah. So we find out Grace is pregnant. So if Virginia kills her, it'll be even worse.
Yeah.
If she actually kills Grace. And then this prompts this whole final message from Morgan, if you will, while he's like waiting for these walkers to come and eat him. And he says, you know what? He just wants people to live. All he tried to do is help people. Pretty much the entire message of the season. They just wanted to help people, and he just wants people to live. And my question to you guys is, are they writing Morgan off the same way they wrote off Madison? There's no final actually ending death.
I don't think so.
Right?
You still don't
There's
think
no way.
Madison's was an
I don't
ending
know.
that-
I don't know because they keep doing this. There's no final like death scene for
No,
these people. It's just walkers walking toward them.
Madison's was way more dramatic though, and like you could tell that was her last episode.
Fair.
This was this was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead for 1 second.
Okay.
This was I don't think that he's dead because this reminds me very much so a la Glenn underneath the dumpster in The
Yeah.
Walking Dead, because he technically had just like this adrenaline that you're saying is running through his veins. Maybe the fight in him is going to be getting up and getting away from those walkers. He is sitting there. They are very close to him at this point, but there are only a few, and all he has to do is get up and close the door of the
Well,
barn or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was saying I have a feeling that we're gonna get introduced to a new character who's going to rescue him,
Oh.
and then I think that's what's gonna happen.
That's a
but-
good prediction. Yeah, I mean, I hope that this is not the end of Lenny James's character Morgan. He's an OG. I want him to get back to The Walking Dead, which we are doing next week, you guys. Remember? So yeah, I hope that he's not dead, but you know what? I want to hear what the fans think. Before we get to that, you guys, let's get into some of our favorite segments because we have to close it out with some favorite segments.
Exactly.
We've done it all season, you guys. First, we're gonna do the top three favorite episodes of the entire season.
Yes.
Or
No,
entire series. Entire
Yes.
series. What were yours?
I'm gonna go with this season, episode 1.
Oh.
Like the plane crash
Oh.
was
Yeah.
epic.
That
You know,
was.
we really haven't seen anything like that
Yeah.
in any Walking Dead series. So I
Fair.
give it that.
Love it. Much to the chagrin of Timothy, my favorite episode ever is season 2, episode 1. It's their first official episode on the boat. I just thought it was. There were parts of that season that I didn't love, but I loved this episode because they were just like, what do we do? But for a little bit, they felt safe. They were on this boat. They had water. I think there's really no place safer to be
Yeah.
than a boat at this point. But I just loved it.
Yeah, I'm going to take it back, way back, guys, to season 1, episode 1. I am just one of those people that watches zombie shows and zombie movies and is so fascinated by how it all starts.
Same.
And just seeing how the zombie apocalypse started and affected these specific people is what I really loved. And obviously seeing where they've come from, it just makes me so happy.
Yes.
Not
That
happy
is
because
a
some
great
of them are,
episode.
a lot of them aren't with us anymore. But
Most of them aren't here anymore.
Yeah, but it did set off this 5 seasons of just greatness, and
Yeah.
I had to take it back to that season 1, episode
Love it.
1. Let us know yours, guys. How about we do a quick call in, you guys?
Yes.
Let's do a
it.
call in, guys. The number is 424-354-8302. Anybody who wants to call in now can call in with a question, with a comment of the episode, of the season, of the series. Let us know your top 3. What was your favorite episode? What was your favorite death? Before we get the call in, or while we are getting a call in, what was your favorite death of the episode?
Ooh. I'm gonna say my favorite kill. I mean, I guess it's technically a lot of them. It's the walkers into the river.
The Walker Water Slide.
Because it was just
the
amazing.
Walker water
Yeah,
slide.
that's what I called it.
I like that.
Seeing them just disappear, that was pretty epic.
Yeah, I like that one too. It's my favorite.
God, this is always so hard for me. I am going to have to say when Dwight is when he's almost getting eaten by the walkers and they rescue him to save the day. So
Okay.
all the walkers who died
Fair.
Yes.
during that.
And let's get to our how not to survive a zombie apocalypse. What would you guys have done differently in this episode?
I would have just tried to get rid of the walkers first before calling
Yeah.
and giving my life away
Yeah.
to someone who's pretty shady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I'm just gonna say ditto.
Yeah.
Ditto. I feel like the exact same.
I'm going to give some more crap for Morgan, which April is not going to like.
What?
But I'm going to say, when you get shot and you are in this die or fight back kind of scenario, like you need to fight back,
Yeah.
especially coming from what Morgan has gone through. And on top of that, this is Virginia. This is the leader of the settlers. Like, you don't know what she's going to do to your people. So that I would think, light more of a fire under your butt to kind of like, I need to take her out before she takes out one of my own.
I
Yeah.
thought that would have actually been an amazing death, even though she just came on. I was like, if you
Right?
kill her right now, let's do it.
I agree. I agree with you. I don't know if we have any callers on the line. Ryan, who is our wonderful engineer. Not quite yet. That's okay, guys. We understand it is it's a little intimidating to call up a show and kind of talk to us on air.
It's very late in many parts of the world.
That is very true. It is very late on many parts of the world. So, you know what? With that, you guys, we will say that this was an amazing season. Before we close it out, what was your favorite moment from this season, you guys?
What was yours?
I would have to go again with the airplane.
Okay.
The airplane was just epic. Like we've never seen that with The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
We've never seen that with Fear the Walking Dead. So yeah, I really like that. I also liked the storyline with the kids.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
I really liked, just because it ties in The Walking Dead to Fear the Walking Dead even more, I really liked Al having the experience with the helicopter girl. And it kind they do such a good job of just giving us this snippet every now and then where, the whole entire Walking Dead fandom was just absolutely devastated when Rick died, but they keep giving us when Rick quote unquote died, we know he's not dead. But they keep giving us these little snippets that remind us of him. So I think that was probably my favorite.
Yeah, I think mine was definitely Al and Isabel, the helicopter girl, as I
Helicopter
named
girl.
her. I just thought that was one of the best episodes of the season. And Al, once again, is just one of those characters that we really have fallen in love with.
Yeah.
And to see her, and also this just ominous, like, where is this helicopter girl? Is she going to be in the movie? Is she with that group that's in the movie? There's so many open-ended questions with that whole little episode that it's just one of my favorite moments of the entire season. They left so much open for us.
Agreed.
So that was one of my favorite moments. You guys, it has been a pleasure experiencing the season with all of you.
Right?
And all of you who are watching. Thank you guys so much for staying loyal to us and staying with us through the entire season. I said, you guys, we are going to be back next week with the premiere of season 10, The Walking Dead. There's a lot to talk about that there. But I'm going to let my panel tell them where you can find them.
Yes, y'all can find me everywhere at April Wissenhant.
And you guys can find me on all social media at Benny J. Adams.
And I am Timothy Michael. You guys can find me everywhere at I am Timothy Mike. We will see you guys next week for, like I said, the premiere of The Walking Dead.
Can't wait.
Bye, guys.
Ooh, my ears
Our
hurt.
founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.